Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I will show you how I created this photo manipulation using Photoshop. All the images used can be downloaded using the links below. Before we start, if you are new to my channel, kindly consider subscribing and hit the bell icon to stay notified when we upload a new video. Enjoy! Deep within the heart of the ancient forest, where sunlight struggled to pierce through the thick canopy of leaves, a woman named Alara moved with an innate grace. Her long, flowing hair matched the colors of the earth, and her eyes held a wisdom that spoke of a profound connection with the natural world. Alara was no ordinary woman. She possessed the rare gift of communication with the creatures of the woods. Her closest companion was a majestic elephant named Kavi. Their bond was an unspoken alliance between two sentient beings who understood each other in ways that transcended language. Kavi, with his towering presence, was a gentle giant, guided by Alara's whispers and gestures through the dense foliage. One day, Alara felt a calling from the depths of the forest, a gentle tug on the strings of her connection with Kavi. The great elephant sensed her thoughts and emotions, his immense form standing at the ready as Alara approached, a feeling of anticipation hanging in the air. The forest, usually filled with the harmonious melody of birds and the rustling of leaves, fell eerily silent as Alara and Kavi ventured further into its depths. The air became heavy with an unspoken tension, as if the very trees were holding their breath in anticipation of an impending doom. The duo reached a clearing where an ancient tree stood tall, its gnarled branches reaching towards the heavens. Unbeknownst to them, slithering silently through the underbrush, was Visha, a snake of immense size and cunning intellect. Visha had long harbored a malevolent grudge against Alara and Kavi, stemming from an encounter years ago that had left the serpent humiliated and nursing its wounds. As Alara walked ahead, blissfully unaware of the serpent's presence, Kavi trailed behind her, his massive footsteps echoing in the quiet forest. Little did they know that Visha, with its emerald scales shimmering in the dappled sunlight, had coiled itself around a high branch of the ancient tree, its beady eyes fixed on the unsuspecting pair. The forest seemed to shiver with anticipation as the air grew thick with an invisible tension. Alara, feeling the weight of unseen eyes upon her, instinctively slowed her pace. She cast a glance back at Kavi, whose eyes mirrored her unease. A silent communication passed between them, a shared understanding of the looming danger. The clearing ahead revealed the ancient tree in all its grandeur. As Alara approached, an unspoken darkness wrapped itself around her heart. The vibrant greens of the forest faded into a murky gloom, and the once welcoming breeze turned cold and biting. Kavi, sensing Alara's unease, trumpeted a low warning, his ears flapping in agitation. Alara, glancing up at the ancient tree, felt a shiver run down her spine. There, coiled around a high branch, was Visha, its eyes glinting with malice. A malevolent smirk etched across its serpentine face. A gasp escaped Alara's lips as recognition struck her. Visha, the ancient enemy, had returned, and a bitter chill settled in the air. The snake, having laid a devious trap, hissed with satisfaction as Alara and Kavi found themselves ensnared in its deadly game. Kavi, ever protective, positioned himself between Alara and the tree, his eyes locked onto Visha, a silent challenge burning in their depths. But Visha, fueled by a venomous hatred, remained coiled and ready to strike. As Alara took a step closer, a sinister hiss echoed through the forest. Suddenly, the very branches of the ancient tree seemed to come alive, wrapping around Visha in a sinister embrace. The snake, once hanging languidly, now found itself ensnared by the very tree it had chosen as its ambush point. A realization dawned on Alara. The forest itself was rising to protect her. The ancient spirits woven into the very fabric of the woods had sensed the impending threat and retaliated against Visha's malevolence. But Visha, refusing to be outwitted, thrashed and contorted, its venomous fangs bared in a final act of defiance. The forest, in response, whispered its displeasure, causing the branches to tighten their grip on the snake. Alara, caught between horror and fascination, watched as the ancient dance unfolded. The forest, a silent witness to the cosmic struggle between good and evil, spoke in rustling leaves and creaking branches. Kavi, though weakened by the ominous presence of Visha, stood tall, his eyes reflecting the storm within. Alara, feeling a mix of awe and terror, approached the entwined adversaries. The forest, having served its purpose, released Visha from its living restraints, allowing the snake to fall to the ground with a thud. The serpent, defeated and battered, lay writhing on the forest floor. Alara, her eyes holding a mixture of compassion and sorrow, knelt beside the fallen creature. Visha, once a harbinger of malice, now looked up at Alara with a glimmer of something akin to regret. In the final moments, as the forest reclaimed its serenity, Alara whispered words of forgiveness. Kavi, with the wisdom of ages in his eyes, watched as the woman and the snake shared a moment of understanding, transcending the ancient enmity that had bound them for so long. The forest, having tested the strength of their bonds, returned to its harmonious rhythm. Alara, standing beside Kavi, felt the weight of the shared ordeal settle upon them. The ancient tree, once a battleground, now stood as a silent witness to the intertwined destinies of a woman, an elephant, and a snake. As they ventured back into the heart of the woods, the sunlight filtering through the leaves, Alara and Kavi carried with them the echoes of a tale that would be whispered through the ages, a tale of friendship, enmity, and the enduring power of understanding in the face of adversity. The forest, having revealed its secrets, cradled the trio in the embrace of its ancient arms, as the shadows of the past melted into the dappled sunlight.